Hello everyone, good morning and welcome to Infinox Market Insights with me, Richard Perry, analysing markets for Infinox on Wednesday the 16th of February. Now there's a sense of consolidation that we've seen overnight. We had a pretty decent rally yesterday. The geopolitical situation is still uncertain surrounding Russia and Ukraine. However, there was a suggestion that Russia was just slightly easing back on its troops back from the border, which helped to improve risk sentiment yesterday. And that's just consolidated overnight. So news flow surrounding this situation is still going to be driving markets in the near term. However, just for now, we have seen an improvement in risk appetite in the last day or so. However, markets are now coming back to key levels, and it'll be very interesting to see how the market moves develop in the coming days now. What we are seeing this morning is a just slight consolidation in equity markets, rebound yesterday, but up into resistance areas. And again, it will be interesting to see if this crossroads element to market moves can continue through and move to a more improving scenario there. But just for now, we are waiting out to see how this one plays out. Now, in terms of today's session, we've got an inflation theme. We had Chinese inflation overnight slightly moving lower. UK inflation a shade higher than expected, but still signs potentially for rolling over there. And later on, we'll be looking at Canadian inflation. Certainly that will be impacting the Canadian dollar trades that we have on. And we're also looking out for the US retail sales numbers as well. Big improvement that we have seen in the outlook for the US economy. Certainly whether that continues to be reflected in the retail sales will be interesting, because last month was surprisingly lower, and expected to recover slightly this month. Now, in terms of the charts we're looking out for, we've got cable chart, which ranges in a slight near-term range there, but it has improved. But can it continue to hold on to that range? UK inflation impacting that chart. Also, the oil chart, big pullback yesterday. We saw a move back to the uptrend, but again, is there signs of a pulling back lower on a consistent basis? And finally, looking out for the DAX, a sharp rebound into trend resistance, but can it continue? So let's have a look. And on the Infinox MT5 platform, starting off with cable, we can see this consolidation with tight candlestick bodies there, very small bodies suggesting uncertainty. But yesterday's rebound off essentially the range lows around 34.85 have picked up again this morning. The UK inflation data this morning has just slightly helped to support that move, but it is essentially still just very quiet in this range. And we can see on the 4-hour chart, it's just edging high. You've got an initial resistance from yesterday's traded high around 35.66. So a move above that, you're looking at the top of the range again. Very tight on the momentum indicators, nothing really doing there. So we're just very near-term quiet and consolidation, flat moving averages on the 4-hour chart, daily chart as well, nothing really doing on the indicators there. So consolidation for now, but certainly holding on to that support in the wake of that UK inflation. Brent Crude Oil, sharp uptrend of the past 8 weeks has certainly been strong for the oil price, but a move to the downside yesterday on that improving geopolitical situation. And look at this here, slight negative divergence, lower low on the RSI compared to a higher high on the prices. A negative divergence suggests slightly slowing momentum. We've seen this rolling over yesterday. It's hit the uptrend support and held it, and I'll show you on the 4-hour chart the moving average of 55 periods on the 4-hour chart has been really positive for the oil price support in the last 8-week period. And it certainly came back to find that support yesterday and has bounced off that this morning. It's still holding up on the momentum on the 4-hour chart. So still in this uptrend, still positive momentum, but yeah, the deterioration that we have seen on the RSI is just a warning signal for now that potentially the market is in the process of topping out. Not topping out yet, but in the process potentially. And we're looking at yesterday's reaction low of 92.40. Initial support, the key support, is that first higher low of 90.45. And finally on the DAX, this rebound within what is essentially this downtrend of 2022 now. And again, another move that is just starting to just consolidate. Look at this RSI now, back up to 50. So we're looking at this RSI, I think, as a signal now. If the market starts to move consistently above 50 on that RSI, that would suggest that downtrend being sort of certainly tested and potentially broken to the upside. We then start to think about resistance overhead 15,625 to 15,750 area being the next key resistance, this purple area. But certainly for now, this move needs to continue, otherwise it gets into the realms of this downtrend and then selling into strength again. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. Not a great deal that the 4-hour chart tells you, other than the fact that you're sort of back in towards the 60s area of that 4-hour RSI. Again, that tells you sort of selling into strength is still really on the cards, and this rebound does need to continue to break that downtrend and hopefully on the bullish side above 15,625. But interesting moment at a crossroads for the DAX. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it informative for your trading. I'll be back on Friday where I'll be looking at obviously the progression of this geopolitical situation for Russia, Ukraine, but also looking at UK retail sales. So I'll leave you with the Infinox support and resistance table, and I will speak to you then. Thank you very much.